Hey everyone, welcome back to another Kevin's Kreations here on Geektopia Island. I'm Kevin.
I'm Cardwell.
And today we have a fun new deck. It is, we're showing off the other ruler, the other final new ruler, Melgis. Mm-hmm. And so it's a red-black deck, and it is called the Reddest Blackest Waifu deck.
Yep.
And we'll explain why it's called that in a little bit, but it's hilarious, and we're excited for it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Before we get into it, guys, we just remind you that we do have a Patreon. It really just takes $1 to support us and show us some extra love, and we would greatly appreciate it. But with that, we're going to delve into Melgis and the Reddest Blackest Waifu deck.
Yep. So,
our boy Melgis, he's got the Stranger 10 rule, so he can have a deck of Stranger Dudes. You can have 10 of them and only 2 copies of each one.
Yep.
And then Judgments for 2 red and a black, and then Energize for a red or a black. And then when a Fire Regalia enters the field under your control, choose one. If the Regalia is Laevateinn, choose up to 2 instead. You can either choose a card, a Stranger deck at random and put it in your hand. This card deals 500 damage to target player or J Resonator. Or put a 7/100 Fire Warrior Resonator with Swiftness into play. At the end of the next turn, his controller banishes it, or your Judgment is 0. So he has kind of the same abilities as like Arya in terms of the Judgment is 0, but
it's more aggressive.
Yeah, otherwise you're making dudes and making them die.
Yeah.
He's all about killing you really quickly. And then he Judgments into a 10/10 first strike, and enter. You choose a card at random from your Stranger deck and put it in your hand. And then God's Art is a black and a red, banish a Resonator, draw 2 cards, choose a card from your Stranger deck at random and put it into the field. So he gets to have free Stranger Dudes come into play, and whereas Fari only puts 1 into play and the other in their hand, but he's all about just aggro. Let's get there quickly.
Straight up. Just get out of there.
And some of these red-black Stranger Dudes are kind of ridiculous. So let's delve into them real quick. First up is the Red Wizard. She has 1 red for a 6/6 enter. This card deals 600 damage to each Resonator your opponent controls. So a one-sided board wipe, I'll take it.
Yeah, thanks.
Next up is Chulainn, the hero in the far land. He has 2 red and 1, or 2 red and a black for a 10/10 with first strike and bane. This card gains swiftness and precision as long as your life is 2,000 or less. Ugh. And when this card attacks, your opponent discards a card.
Just in general attacks.
Every turn I attack, you're going to discard a card. And I'm hard to kill because I got first strike and bane.
Yeah.
Great.
Stranger for sure.
Next up is Amon, the Demon Prince of Conspiracy. He is 1 black for 0/0. But as he enters the field, pay any amount of life. This card enters the field with a 1/1 counter on it for each 100 life paid this way. Draw a card if for each 700 life paid as this card enters the field. So you're just like, cool, I'm going to pay 14. He gets 14 counters, and you draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you're paying 14 life, so it's kind of a dangerous thing. But that's 1 mana for 14/14.
Yep.
Okay,
exactly.
great.
Unless you have Lucifer. So that would be pretty cute.
Yeah, pretty disgusting with the new Lucifer.
Yeah.
Next up, and probably one of my favorite and or the best one, is Azazel, the Blazing Charger. He's a red-black for a 7/7 Stranger. Resonators you control gain Swiftness. Whenever a Resonator you control is put into a graveyard from the field, this card deals 200 damage to target player or J Resonator. And then pay a red, target J Resonator must attack or block this turn if able.
Good.
So he forces them to tap out because you're like, hey, you have to attack. And like, even when they don't want to, when it makes it very disadvantaged for them. And he gives you Dude's haste.
Yep.
Like, great. And the final Stranger I have is Shade. He has 1 black and 1 for 6/6 with Bane. He enters, your opponent banishes a Resonator. When this card is put into a graveyard from the field, your opponent banishes a Resonator.
Yeah. Thanks.
Shade's all about killing some dudes.
Yeah. Get rid of 2 dudes. Thanks.
Yeah. And if he hits a dude, he gets rid of a 3rd dude because of Bane. Great.
Insane.
Sounds great.
With that, we'll jump into the Resonators here. Of course, we have Guinevere, the Jealous Queen. The 1-drop red, 2/4. You can tap, banish a Resonator, draw 2 cards, and discard a card. Or pay red, tap, target Resonator you control gains +4/+4 until end of turn. When it's dealt or is dealt damage this turn, its controller sacrifices it or banishes it.
She's so strong. Just because you're like tap, draw 2 cards, discard a card.
Yeah.
Great.
Super good.
You draw cards. That's what she's for. Banish a dude, draw cards.
Yep. The next one is a Rukh Egg. Especially something you can banish 1 red, 0/2. This card cannot attack, obviously. When this card is put in the graveyard from the field, search your deck for a Fire Resonator, reveal it, and put it in your hand. Shuffle your deck.
Yeah. So yeah, you banish a Rukh Egg with a Guinevere, you get to go draw cards and search your deck for a red dude and put it in your hand.
Yeah.
Disgusting. That combo is so gross. It's so strong. Next up is Lancelot, the Knight of the Mad Demon. He's 2 red for 6/6 with swiftness. As a card is chosen to attack, you have to choose her first. Lancelot has to attack first. And then whenever this card attacks, if its attack is 1,000 or more, this card deals 700 damage to target Resonator. Pay a red, this card gets +1/+0 until the end of turn.
Yeah.
So it automatically always attacks when it swings. So if you have the blue card that you can counter those, you can counter it and kill it. But if its power's over 1,000, you just get to shoot a dude.
Yeah.
Great. Seems amazing.
Seems good. And of course, you don't have to go into combat.
Yeah.
You can just skip that altogether. Now, while we name the deck as it is, we have Darkest Fire Small Dragon.
So good.
It's so good. It's ridiculous. They never really have proper names for most dragons.
I love it.
It's just adjectives or whatever. So it comes with a black and a red, 6/6 flying. When this card is put in the graveyard from the field, destroy target damage resonator, which is not too bad. When this card is named the Red Eyes Swordmaster, it enters the field under your control. You may pay 400 life. You do put this card from your graveyard to your hand, which I do believe we do.
Yeah, we do have.
Okay, we do have.
So you get to get the dragon back when you play the next card. But essentially, he's just there to help you kill dudes. It's 2 mana to just kill a dude. So if you have Lancelot, you swing Lancelot, shoot that thing for 7. If it's not dead, you play the Darkest Fire Small Dragon and kill it.
Yep.
Awesome. And then, yeah, the other card that it's referencing is Shakti, the Red Eyes Swordmaster. And she is black and red for 6/6. For effects of Regalia you control, treat this card also as a J-Ruler. And then whenever you play a Sword Art, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. So she gets any bonuses that Laevateinn has on Melgis or any kind of things like that. Any J-Ruler buffs she gets. And then she copies spells.
Yep.
Great. I like copied spells. It's fun because it's a free spell.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Now, of course, the next one is Keeper of the Past, Urthr. It's 1 red and 2, 8/8. Enter. You may remove up to 2 cards in your graveyard from the game. If you do, card deals 200 damage multiplied by the combined total cost of the cards removed this way to target J Resonator.
Yeah.
So you can kill a J with it, which is pretty awesome. This card gains +300 in precision as long as there are 10 or more cards in your removed area.
Yeah. She's really just good because you can remove all your chance that she's played to kill a dude.
Yeah.
Or anything in your graveyard. You're just like, cool, I need to kill that thing right now. Remove these, kill that. Great.
Exactly. Now the next spell is a Look of Corruption, of course. 1 darkness, look at your opponent's hand, choose a card with total cost 4 or less. If they discard that card. But if this was Awakened, then choose a card with total cost 5 or more and discard that card. And the Awakened cost, of course, is 1 and 1 darkness. So for 3 mana, you can potentially get 2 cards.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've seen much of anything that costs 5 or more.
Yeah, you really just play that for 1 mana, remove a 4-drop from their hand.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty much what it's for.
Now, to get the Darkest Fire Small Dragon back, you need March of the Dead. So 1 darkness, put target Resonator at total cost 2 or less from the graveyard into the field. Pull up to 1 second target with total cost 2 or less from the graveyard of the field if this was Awakened, which is 2 more black. So with 3 black, you can get 2 dudes.
Yeah, you essentially can get almost any creature in this deck as well.
Yep.
The only thing you can't hit is a Keeper of the Past, but that's alright.
Okay, yeah.
But you can get Shakti, the Dragon, Guinevere, or Rukh Egg, or Lancelot.
Yep.
And being able to bring back a Lancelot and just be like, hey, I can swing again, is disgusting.
Yeah, exactly.
Next up is Laevateinn, Melgis' Regalia. It is a black and a red. It's got Mythic, so you can only have 1. And your J-Ruler gains Swiftness. And tap, produce 2 wheels in any combination of red or black. Spin this only for God's Arts, Strangers, or Sword Arts. Mm-hmm. So it's all about helping you play the Strangers and Sword Arts mostly. And it gives you Swiftness. Great. Seems good.
Thanks.
Next up is the Opening of the Red Eyes. It is a black and a red quick cast Sword Art. Target J Resonator gains +7/+7 precision and first strike until the end of turn. If it's Shakti, the Red-Eye Swordmaster puts 7 1/1 counters on it, and it gains precision for striking Eternal until the end of turn instead.
Nice.
So mostly you're going to want to use this if you have Shakti in play because it gets you extra stuff.
Yeah.
If you have Shakti, it copies this because it's a sword art, so you get to choose it again.
So it gets massive amount of counters.
Yeah, you can put them all on her if you want both copies, or you can split them to 2 different dudes.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous though.
Next one is Bloody Break. 1 and black quick cast. Destroy target J Resonator, which is insane for just 2 mana. If this card was awakened, choose a card from your stranger deck at random and put it in your hand, which awaken cost is 1 red.
Yeah.
So for 3 mana, you get to kill it. You can murk J roller.
Yeah, you murk a dude and get a dude.
Yeah.
Seems really good.
Yeah. Of course, the next one, is Waking of the Flamekin. It's 2 red and black. Quick cast. Choose one. This card deals 800 damage to target player, or target player banishes a Resonator, or this card deals 400 damage to each J Resonator your opponent controls. You may put a Fire Resonator from total cost 3 or less from your hand onto the field. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to just choose that third one because it has way more words than the other one.
Also, with the third one on that, when it deals 400 to their board, if you pay 2 more mana after that, you can play the little fire dragon and kill whatever you hit. Great.
Yeah.
Kill that dude.
That is true.
And then the final spell, sword art of the deck, is Dark Fire. It is 2 red and 1 black for a quick cast. As an additional cost to play this card, you may pay any amount of life. This card deals that much damage to target J Resonator. If you control Laevateinn, this card may deal that much damage to a second J Resonator. If this card was awakened, choose a stranger from at random and put it into the field, and it awakens for 2 red and 2 black.
Yeah.
So for 3 mana, you can shoot 2 dudes if you have Laevateinn, and you have to pay some life, but so be it. And then if you awaken it, you get an extra dude.
Nice.
It's pretty strong.
Seems pretty good.
It helps you just clear the board is really what it's for. That is it for the main deck. The stones are pretty simple. We got 1 Firestone, 1 Darkness Stone, and then we have the Red-Black Dual Stone, because it's back.
Yep.
Magic Stone of the Scorched Bales. Counts as a Darkness and a Firestone. Adds a red or black. And then Adiract's Memoria, which is produce 1 will any attribute you're shared with your J-Roller. So essentially, 2 different kinds of red-black stones, and then 2 red-black stones.
Yeah, so all the mana you need.
Yeah, pretty simple. We don't really have sideboard anymore because meta's changed all over, so it's just easier to do honorable mentions that you could use. 1 is Regalia Break, which is 1 red, sword art, quick cast, destroy target Regalia, draw a card. So it just helps you to get rid of their Regalias.
Yeah.
And then the other one is Blazer. He is 2 black and 2 red for a 10/10 flying dragon. Enter, target J Resonator your opponent controls, loses all abilities until the end of turn, then destroy it. If a J ruler was destroyed this way, the ruler your opponent controls loses all abilities until the end of the game. So if you get to hit a J, then they don't get to do anything when they go back to Astral Sight.
Yeah.
Which is kind of disgusting.
Yeah, which is solid.
Otherwise, it's just really strong because it gets rid of everything for you. Kills that dude really hard, and you get a big dude. I'm all about it. That is it, guys. The deck list will be down below. Check it out. See what you like and let us know. And we will see y'all again next time. Goodbye. Also, guys, I just remind y'all to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to keep up to date on all our future content, make sure you click that bell. It'll give you all the notifications you need.
With that, we'd like to go ahead and give a big thank you to all our fans that support us through the year, and especially our Patreon support people. We do like to give a shout out to our Mythic and Above supporters, and that would be Dwayne Higgs. Thank you very much. We love you.